We do a lot of private work. We have a school, but we do a lot of work with peace officers, taking a lot of requests, and we're doing a lot of work, mostly in the background with a lot of sheriffs and chiefs as far as restraint techniques, choking techniques. I'm pretty sure a lot of this is a federal mandate, so there's money involved, and it's coming. We're almost positive. If you guys remember, about a year ago, there was a guy up in New York that was selling cigarettes on the street, and they ended up choking him. Well, now every PD has to learn how to choke people, which is pretty good, but it's something they should have known to begin with. And they didn't, because normally once they go through their initial training, they normally either can't or refuse to do any kind of open-handed techniques. So we're going to do a few today. It's not going to be very traditional in the Hapkido sense, but it is going to consist of a lot of control and a lot of getting somebody either moving in a direction where you want them to move or just planting them into the ground. Almost everybody that I've ever trained or trained with, and I'm somewhere hovering around 450 peace officers I've either trained or trained with, have gone to the ground, but on almost every instance, it's because they initiated going to the ground. Very rarely do we find somebody who gets knocked to the ground. So if you're going to initiate it and you're going to control somebody, you might as well know how. So the first thing we're going to do, which is going to take off on what Grandmaster was doing, is a little bit different. So you're going to see a little bit of a different perspective on it, but it's also going to, it gets a little bit painful. So, Jake, come here. We've done this before. What we like to do is what we call this is an underhook and pike. Okay? How we get into this physical altercation could be anything. It could be just somebody being a jerk. It could be somebody that is coming at you wanting to punch you. They could even be using a weapon in sort of a round attack at some point. So he's going to come in either like this, or like this. It really doesn't matter how he does it. Okay? You've all seen this, right? We just did this. Okay? Here. And then they come here, like we did. What we always want to do, remember, especially if this person is bigger than us, is we don't want to attack the shoulder. If I attack Jake's shoulder, and I'm pushing, and he stands up, I got problems. But if I go into the joint, and he stands up, okay? Big difference. Attack the joint, don't attack the shoulder. Big, strong muscle, big bones, little muscles, little bones. Get in there. If I stand still, and he has half a brain, he's going to turn into me, and I have a problem. But I can either do like Grandmaster was doing, or I can take my other hand, turn it over, start attacking these pressure points. As this comes in, this comes out. And we're there. Now, it's much easier. Okay? So, I don't really care how we get into this, okay? Or even if you're just standing here, and we come in and we break it here, we pike. Thumb down, don't go thumb up. If you go thumb up, you're going to slip. Thumb down catches, it catches pressure points. If we really wanted to do some damage, pop that as we do it, okay? And then step back and drive them into the ground. Okay? That's your first technique. Go ahead. In this position, I have to pull and push. Okay? I have to get her, in this case her, face down. The reason we're doing this and we're not doing anything that's really kind of micro anything is because normally the people that we instruct in this particular technique normally has a lot of equipment around his waist. Okay? And the last thing we want is somebody grabbing something And even if you are like using a level 2 or level 3 restraint system, you still will just, it'll scare you that somebody grabs that thing. So, plop it. Okay? And it's better to take a step whenever you're taking them down, take a step. Okay? Because if I got somebody bigger and stronger than me, and as soon as I get them bent over, they're immediately going to want to fight me and come back up. If I'm having a hard time taking that step, okay, I can't take that step, I can pop the leg and then take them down. So there's a lot you can do. Try not to trip somebody because it's very easy to get your feet tangled up in this. You can't see what you're doing, they can see everything. Okay, so if you want to hit the pressure points, which is pressure point, Justin? Gallbladder 31. Okay, pop it. If that person's strong, it will take them down. If you're still having a hard time, you still can't get it, pop the ear and take them down. Okay? So there's still a lot you can do. I wouldn't practice popping the ear here. Can't. Okay. So do that one or two more times, and then we'll get into more of the choking thing. I just saw it nice to show something like that. It happens to be able to turn into you whenever you're doing this. The best thing really to do is just to continue to let them turn into you. Touch them. Okay, so there's always that. Try not to resist the first thing. Go with what they're doing. Eventually they will make their way to the ground. So everybody get that? Okay, like I said, it was just something that it might be another way of doing what we've already just been taught like a half an hour ago. Okay, just a little something different. Whenever we start doing these chokes, again, we're taking these from a, it can be a static situation if he's engaged with somebody else, okay? Or it could be because he tries to take a cheap shot at you, and you really don't have time to practice good, proper defensive technique. Okay, so he takes this thing, and I don't have time to come up here and do anything, right? I just duck and get out of the way, which, believe it or not, is a really, really good technique. So let's assume that I didn't see it coming, or I saw it right at the end. I'm looking over here, and all of a sudden I see this punch coming, and I just, right? I just get out of the way. We've never done this before, right? Okay, so he comes and he gets out of the way, and I'm here. Okay. Whenever we like to choke, there's 3 ways you like to hold. We're clapping. Jiu-jitsu guys, I can put the thumb between the forefinger and the middle finger. That's fine. Cup and saucer is good. Maybe grab your wrist. That's about it. Don't do this. Okay. Really, really poor technique. This, really, really stupid. Don't ever do this. Okay? I'm not at the point I'll even do this in church. Really. So, whenever he throws this, and I come here, this is always a strike. Okay? Always, always, always a strike. And then I wrap it up. Now, what we want to do whenever we wrap this up is because we have a tendency to be here, and we have a lot of space here, this is his 5th weapon, right? We heard that earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I promise this is coming. I promise it is. Okay? This is going to be here. Here. Hold on. You have 2 bones. The inside bone. After we do this strike, after I do this strike, and I'm nice and tight, and I got my fingers together, I'm now turning this into here. Turning it in and squeezing really, really, really hard. Okay? So here, I turn it in, my head is tucked, I turn it in, and that's about it. Okay? It will, good. It will cut off circulation here. If I have this up here properly, where I have good compression here, I'm going to get it cut off here as well. I turn it in. Don't try to fight it. Don't squeeze it. Turn it. Okay? This is still nice and tight against me. If I'm still not getting what I want again, I'll take him down that way. Okay? You do it long enough, he will go out. I promise. Okay? I promise you will. Great?
Good.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, try it. Be careful with each other. Don't try to choke each other. Come on. You know, what you can do, give me somebody, my name. Anybody? There we go. Whenever this attack is coming, right, and she's throwing this punch, there's nothing that says I can't just pop this up here. Okay? Actually, you're probably better off just forcing you to the outside, and forcing you here, which is a pretty good position. Okay, and don't forget, this strike is really, really, really nice. Okay, and it's a lot of fun if you do it, right? One of the questions we had was about ducking, or tucking your head. Whenever you're doing this with somebody shorter than you, it's kind of hard. Whenever you're doing this with somebody taller than you, it's like you get through a lot, right? Because everything's right here is what it is. If, for whatever reason, you can't use two hands, or we're afraid of a third party coming in, maybe there's a cousin, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, nephew, niece, best friend, somebody doesn't like you picking on that person, or whatever the case may be, just doesn't like how you look, and you get in this choke, and you can't tuck your head, if I go with my palm out, back in my hand to her head, I put it on my ear. Okay, so if I do this, and this is here, and I have an empty hand, I can grab something, I can come here, I can try to fight off somebody else, I can escort, I can do whatever I want. So what we're going to do this time is try that choke with one hand. Okay? Get your head as far behind as you can, preferably in the middle of the shoulders, but whatever it is, back of the hand, here, nice and tight. Then, you know, you do that, what was that, Rico Suave, you remember? Gary? Fonzie. There we go. Hey. All right? Again, somebody's tall, I can come here, I can come here. That makes it nice and short. Okay, I can still squeeze. Now, I got every kind of anything that I want to do from here, right? And even if I had to, okay? I can fight somebody off. If there's a weapon or whatever in her belt, loose pocket, whatever, I can now hold on to that. There's a lot I can do from a one-handed choke. Okay, I'm probably not going to do any kind of knockout, although I might. I'm still much safer, and I still have somewhat some control. And after we go through this, we'll start talking about driving, and it makes these chokes and these control tactics a whole lot easier. Okay, if we get the mechanics first, then we'll kind of put it all together. Okay? You gotta try that. Okay, so you get things like I said, there's not a whole lot of life in these techniques. What we've done, and it might not seem like it's working very well, it might not seem like it's making sense, but the reason that's doing that is because we're doing this statically. Okay? Where your partner has time to adjust to what you're doing, where you don't have time to try to get these motions and these mechanics completely correct. And whenever you're going to do this for real, you're probably not going to have that opportunity. Okay? In order for me to do this correctly, I have to drive him. Okay? I have to, because I can't let him think about what I'm going to do. All I want to do is hurt him, control him, and either plan him so I can restrain him or get him out the door. Which one I do depends on the situation that I'm in. Okay? If I'm in some sort of enforcement, I probably want to control him. If I'm bouncing, I probably just want to get him out the door. Okay? It really depends on what our goal is. But whenever we do this, okay, and I'm here, I said before how we can't let him turn into us. We basically, our shoulders want to be perpendicular. We're going to be very geometric about this. If his shoulders, if I can draw a line from this shoulder to this shoulder, that line should continue straight into the middle of my chest. Okay? What I don't want to do is be parallel to him. If I'm parallel to him and it's open, I'm not too bad. But if I'm parallel to him and we're closed, I'm done. I've got no chance because he has all the leverage. Okay, and chances are he also has the momentum. But if I'm perpendicular to him, I can now take all of his energy and move it the way I want it to go, either forward or backward. It really doesn't matter. It's going to be whatever he gives me. Okay, so if we do this, and I'm here, and I'm perpendicular, my shoulders, his shoulders. Okay? Now, whenever I start doing these techniques, whether it's here, or here, or whatever the case may be, and I'm moving, there you go. And if we go forward, if I'm going forward, whenever we do this, again, we're in good shape. Okay? But it only works if I'm moving. If I'm standing still and I go to do this, or whatever, he can do almost anything he wants at this point. Okay? I got nothing. Even if he just stands straight up, now I'm off balance, he can start blocking me. He can throw that knee into the fun areas. There's a lot he can do, so I have to keep this moving. I can't stand static, or none of this works. Okay? And if we do go to the ground, which we're probably going to, I don't care if I go to the ground, as long as he goes first. That's really important. Let him go first. I don't like getting dirty. Okay? Whatever it is we have to do. So practice that. Move your partner. He's going to throw a punch at you, either very slowly or rather quicker if you're ready for it. Get into that choke. Squeeze that choke. Don't give up on the squeeze. Okay? Don't give up on the actual choke. And then move him. Get him to where you want to go. Whether it's down, out the door, against the wall, any place you want to take him, but make sure you move him somewhere. Okay? Okay, let's go. Less effective. The last thing we're going to do, we're going to give you a chance to cool down a little bit too, is there anybody who really doesn't understand the idea of an air choke? I mean, it was a ball game. Let's get it done. Does anybody not understand that or get that? Something we should do right now. Sit down in front of me, preferably facing down, make it a lot easier. Okay? Generally speaking, we have two types of chokes: air chokes and blood chokes. Now, you might call them different things. But at the end of the day, you're either attacking the windpipe or you're attacking the blood. It's one or the other. There's nothing else. Everything else is muscles, and you just use those to manipulate. That's it. We do not like to attack the air, the trach. We like to stay away from that as much as we can. Because, well, let's face it, I don't think there's anybody here who really wants to kill somebody. Right? I mean, might be mad enough to, but in reality, you don't. So we want to attack the blood. Blood runs on both sides. Good rule of thumb is right under the ears. Okay? Generally speaking, if you're in here because you're using your entire arm, or at least your entire forearm and not just your fingers, if you use the ears as a gauge, you're close enough. You're in the ballpark. You're going to get what you want. Your choke is very, very simple. The crook of your elbow under the chin, okay? And you squeeze. It's not hard to figure out. This comes here. The other hand, some people like to do this. I'm not a big fan of this hand coming here, normally because whenever we do this, in order to get this here, we have to do this, and she always just grab my arm, and she's really good on the ground, and I'm dead. Okay? Some people like to like their crossing their hands. One is over, and then this one comes behind, which is good. But what I like better is instead of the palm facing them, is having the palm face you. Okay? This way there's a gap. This way there's no gap. Okay? So here. Here. Now, lean back. Whenever you lean back, roll your shoulders forward. Okay? A lot of people make that mistake. They lean back and they try to muscle it. Good technique, I don't care what discipline you practice, good technique is almost never about muscle. Okay, here, I lean back and I roll my shoulders forward. That's it, that's all it takes. Okay? I'm gonna do this with somebody close to your size, and then maybe swap out and try it with somebody that is not close to your size. So you see the difference between doing it with somebody close to your size, somebody bigger than you, and somebody smaller than you. You will find that your reach is a little bit different. Okay? Here, pull back, lean back, and then roll the shoulders forward. Okay? Whenever we practice this, we do like to practice it in this position. Somebody sitting down, the other person kneeling behind them. Just in case somebody does pass out. Whenever we were teaching in Slippery Rock, were you there in Slippery Rock whenever like Sammy passed out on it?
No.
Yeah, it happens. Okay? And we were standing up, and he hit the ground really hard. It was one of those towel floors, you know, like see way of basketball all the time. And yeah, it was really loud whenever he hit, and his mom was sitting there. Okay, so here, back, shoulders forward, don't forget to roll them. And whenever you, as the uke, start getting a little lightheaded, start seeing colors flashing or whatever, tap, or the universal symbol. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, that's it. Last one. Let's go.
So just as a smaller person, you talked about a few different, finishes for this. One that I like, just especially if the person is really broad up here, instead of like having a guy grab your arm, you can also navel grip here. I'm going to take my elbow and I'm going to bring it behind his back, and then I'm going to squeeze this tight. That way, I'm not trying to fill all of this space on a bigger person. I'm coming here, I'm bringing this behind, and then I'm going to close it up. So just another little finish. Same stroke.
Just something else. And if you notice for the right at 22, snap it back. Okay, that's important because there's going to be blood. You don't want it to be yours. Okay, gotta be there. They're in for a bad night anyhow. Okay. Do we have any questions or comments or anything before you anything? Blake, was it all right? Thank you, Master O'Connell.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right.